Hello, hello, everyone, and welcome to Stars with Stasi, where no matter who or what you are on this cosmic journey, you are welcome here. I'm Stasi, your trusted psychic, intuitive reader, and fellow Scorpio. All right, Scorpio, thank you so much for joining me today and for spending your time and energy here with the Starseed community, where it is just a Scorpio channel for all Scorpio placements, where we get all the tea. This is our weekly reading for June 1st through June 7th. Can you stand it? We are midway through the year, guys. So, and we're also in Gemini season. If you're on the spectrum like me and it's Gemini season, you've got your head in the clouds, all the ideas, right? All the downloads are coming, but this is really going to be important to have some discernment this month because you are going to be pulled in a lot of different and exciting directions. So let's go ahead and settle in, take a deep breath, and show gratitude for this space around you. Now, the reason I'm pointing to this is even though the card reads, I believe it reads forgiveness. We're going to look a little bit further, but it is in essence an Ace of Wands, right? And so an Ace of Wands in the traditional Rider-Waite deck is going to be about adventure, something new coming forward. But oddly enough, this is not a number 1. This is a number 9 because we have here 45, and it does read repairing the veil, forgiveness. 45 reduces to 9, and that is the completion of a cycle. So you could be coming up to like a karmic ending of a relationship or a loop, for example. Let's say you've been seeing a pattern in your life. This is going to be an amazing time for release, especially as we approach mid-June. There's a lot of support here, and I've talked about this in my other readings, guys, so don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I've talked about this in my other readings where if you're looking to release, any type of addiction or affliction, you want to level up your health, your business practices, you want to publish something, by the way, this is great time for that. But the universe is definitely supporting, I got off script a little bit, the universe is definitely supporting you being able to release something heavy, right? And so for some of us Scorpios, there's definitely going to be this period of forgiveness, and not necessarily just for others. There's a forgiveness for yourself, right? Sometimes looking at how deep you've been in the rabbit hole, you see some of the things that you didn't handle, right? Sometimes there can be guilt or shame in a release, but the universe says, no, that's not for you. But again, they want to take me back to publishing or leveling up. Let's say you have a platform where you share of yourself. This is also a great time for that. This reads listening, Scorpio. Interesting. In last week's reading, I was discussing the importance of silence and how silence can help Scorpio see more clearly, can help Scorpio make decisions based on what's really happening, not sometimes what our bleeding heart wants to see. That's interesting. I'm hearing release any guilt you have for bringing, what is this? One moment. There's a message here about let's say you're watching someone's karma play out. Let's say something's happening in the universe where you have to be the one that shines the light on something that's difficult, or I don't know how to explain. If I've talked about this in the past, where Scorpio is the bone collector, holds all the tea. If you are being asked to reveal that, there may be the universe is saying that this is part of that person's karma, and you need to be honest in all that you do, and that's the best thing I can say, Scorpio. There's a feeling here of something being found out, and then you're needing to be the clarifying voice in the situation. So I've talked many times in the most recent readings to not get involved in outside drama, right? But this is something that affects you, but you didn't initiate the situation. That's interesting. So there's a lot here about listening to what's going on around you, being patient. I'm also hearing that someone will reach out to you as well about a sticky situation that you have knowledge of. Wow. So the card that flipped up, this reads divine timing. And indeed it is. This is number 11, and 11 is a number, a gateway to freedom. So as always, if you are new to my channel, welcome home. And if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. Stick around and I will be picking the winner from last week's reading for this week's mini reading at the end of this. But if you would like to participate to win a free mini reading, then comment below, I am free, right? That is the energy I'm feeling for this week. I am free. Something comes around, like I'm seeing Six of Cups vibes in my mind, where something comes full circle. Must be patient. It's completion of a chapter. There's karmic justice. Again, you don't necessarily initiate it, but you have the information that others are looking for to bring balance to a karmic injustice. So this could be playing out in work. This could be playing out in a setting with a third party. You know, you'll have to know what that means for you. But this is very specific, Scorpio. And again, this is all Scorpio placements. So, you know, take it how it resonates. But if you're looking for a more specific guidance around this situation that's coming through, and it's pretty heavy. Again, this is a karmic release that's going to require your forgiveness, but you do end up getting involved only after being asked to. Interesting. So comment below if that sounds like something that could be resonating for you. But again, divine timing, 8 of Wands comes through. This is a time to take action. This is the time. So if you have been trying to get out of a loop, trying to get unstuck, this situation is coming to a head. Divine timing, trust the universe, follow the flow, patience, and signs. You may be seeing master number 11, right? You may be feeling called more to rely on your intuition in a sticky situation. As always, you should, Scorpio. But one moment. Aries energy comes through. We're going to take it, especially since, you know, they decided to fly across the room with emphasis. Number 4, we go from an 8 to a 4 Empress, or I'm sorry, I saw the Empress. It's an archetype. I pulled the Emperor. Aries energy. This is a lot of forward momentum, a lot of fuel to the fire. Something has to be done this week. And there's no getting around it. It's so intense what I'm feeling. There's no getting around this situation, Scorpio, no matter how badly you try. And I'm hearing, do not feel guilty about do not feel guilty for shining the light on the justice that you so rightfully deserve. Period. Period, they said. Period. Wow. I am free. Comment that below. Temperance card. Look, there's a balance here to be had within the emotional side of you, Scorpio, that water and this fire that Aries is bringing under your ass, right? There's something here about being very delicate in how you proceed, but understanding that it's divine timing nonetheless. This has to happen. Some of you could be having a situation as well with your parents. Interesting. So this came up in the most recent reading I did for June. So if you haven't had a chance to watch that, go back and watch it. It was alive. So when I did that June reading, I talked about some of us having parents in transition or parents that are going through a difficult health situation. There is a healing here that comes, right? And understand, again, divine timing. These things are taking place no matter what. And for a matter of record, because I called it into existence, here is the Ace of Wands. And the Ace of Wands is clarifying the 8 of Wands. Universe wants me to take it, and I'm taking this as well. 8 of Cups coming through, and okay, they want me to take from the bottom. These were shuffled before I ever started, so I want to clarify that. Don't blow me up in the comments. I do a lot of meditation before I start, and I handle all the cards. So 8 of Wands being clarified by the Ace of Wands. Now is the time to take actions. And this is an exciting time for you. But again, this is this is beyond your control. Yes, you are in the sphere of influence, but not in the sphere of control. So we have Eight of Wands being clarified by the Ace of Wands. Now's a good time to move forward. Again, if you're looking to, I want to go back to the financial portion. If you're looking to publish something, if you're looking to speak on something, if you're looking to be known for something you do, your craft, your field, now's the time to take action and network. Very important. You're super magnetic because the Queen of Wands showed up over here with balancing that desire and that need to rush forward with the discernment that the Saturn energy is going to be bringing into your life right now. So there's 1,000 videos out there about Saturn and Aries. And I would just say take some time to learn about what this energy looks like for you, Scorpio. But in essence, this is being called to task so that you will focus your energies on what serves you and really build that vision that's been playing out in your mind's eye. This is the time to take action and you will have great success. Even if you're not 100% sure what that's going to look like with this Eight of Cups, you're building nonetheless. And this is, I've heard a lot about building legacy and building a future for yourself and your family, all those things. Whatever situation is coming to a completion, that there's some sort of benefit that comes from that completion that ultimately places you in a forward motion. So who knows what that looks like? It could be the ending of a job. It could be financial compensation, whatever it is. When that comes to completion, places you in a forward trajectory. I'm also hearing health becomes of great importance for you for the next half of the year. And we always talk about that with Scorpio because there is a push here between wanting to do all of the things and maybe getting swept up in all of the energy and not necessarily paying attention to your physical vessel and your mental health. The universe says we are supporting healing of all varieties. So whatever it is that you choose to do next, right? Traditional modality, non-traditional, esoteric path, whatever you're choosing to do to better yourself is greatly supported this month as well. And you will make great connections and power plays in the first week of June. You're attracting a lot of attention at this time because you are you're walking the path properly, right? And I'm hearing that. So again, that might not be for everyone, but for those of you that are exploring, how to level up and what you're going to do next and what the next phase looks like for you and how you gain that freedom. Remember, I am free. There's a method to my madness. I say it every week. Comment these things. Pound these thought forms into the universe and let the universe know that you are serious about bringing into material form the manifestations of your dreams. Like there is no other option than for what you think about to manifest in some form or fashion right in front of you, right? We are all the magician. It's a matter of, do you understand how to use the tools and what investigative steps are you working to learn the tools that you have within you and then putting that into place. But that requires discernment and decision making and release, right? Major release. And there's a lot of forgiveness here that takes place, but you are attracting a lot of attention. You are very much letting go of old paradigms as well, rethinking belief systems. Page of Pentacles comes through. You could be focusing on learning something new with the King of Pentacles. That's interesting. Scorpio has a vision and is planting seeds, right? Planting seeds for what legacy you want to leave, for how you want to run a business, how you want to handle property matters. I feel also Scorpio is looking for ways to ground all of these amazing ideas, how to invest in themselves, how to create that freedom. I am free. How to create that freedom. Interesting. I see the Nine of Wands came out and we want to talk about that. So, you always hear the same story. Nine of Wands, wounded warrior. Okay. Fine. That's true, but that's not all the Nine of Wands is. Nine of Wands, this is a not just a wounded warrior, but I feel like this is a prepared warrior, right? They are not playing around. They're ready. They've got their boundaries up, right? They understand what's down that rabbit hole, and they're not playing around. So we've got the Page of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles, and the Nine of Wands. There's a preparation here that has come from a place of, I don't know, Scorpio. I feel like we've been through it, right? We've been through a period of darkness, through introspection, through great release. This forgiveness is coming in, and I just feel lighter. And like finally something has come to an end. Finally the loop ends. But even if it were to act up, that's what I feel. That's what it is. I feel like, you know, if you act up, meaning this other situation, I feel like Scorpio is saying, if you act up, I am so prepared to take you down. Don't play with me. Take it or leave it, Scorpio. But there is an element here that maybe we do need to focus on this forgiveness card and release. The universe says no matter what you do or don't do, it's already in motion. The cards are on the table. The other situation, person, there's no getting out of it. And again, this is a loop situation that you need to get out of. So let's look further. Page of Pentacles, King of Pentacles. Yo, look. Stop. Oh, all right. I'm sitting here talking about you got to get out of it. No matter what, there's nothing you can do. Check out the divination here. Nine of Swords. I feel like this is one of the hardest cards in the deck. This one is literally a mental war with yourself. It keeps you up at night. It lives rent-free in your head. It is a scenario that you are literally the only one playing this game. Because in real, like, let's look at this. Here, I'm trying to find here we go. You see how this person in this particular deck, this is the Witch's Tarot. In this particular deck, 9 swords, they're hanging on the wall behind the person here who is just spent, right? They have got one, they're trying to find their balance in this card. 1 foot on the ground, 1 foot on the bed. They've got the hand over their head and they're just like, "Oi, when is this going to stop?" But it's their own mental game. The universe says, because you haven't put this to rest, because you've been in a loop, because this is the background noise that is keeping you in a stagnant, fated event comes through. The universe says, I'm not playing with you, Scorpio. We need you to clean house for real, because there is no space for these characters in your game. That's interesting. Whew. The wheel of the year, the wheel is turning. We also do have summer solstice this month in June. But yeah, wheel of the year comes through. That is a timed event, right? Which is the Wheel of Fortune in the Rider-Waite deck. Sorry, I'm really looking at this as well. And because this is being clarified this is clarifying the Page of Pentacles, wherever it is that you're looking to do higher learning, right? You're studying something new, learning something. Maybe you're learning tarot. Maybe you are studying a different path, right? There's something here about that, but this is a great time to make those connections. Whatever this has been exactly what has been holding you back from going all in on your true north. That's very specific, but that is the best guidance I can give you right now. This ending, getting out of this loop, you can't get out of it. And it's clearing the path for this so that you can focus and go all in on this, which is really all in on you. Interesting. So let's clarify more. Tell me more about this King of Pentacles. Guys, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Thank you so much for your energy, your time. I'm over on Instagram as well. And I just like to have fun there and just post whatever stuff. Here we've got the 6 of Wands coming through to clarify the King of Pentacles, Scorpio. 6 of Wands is victory, right? You can't go wrong here. This is all happening in your favor. but you have to let it flow. And actually, this is the second time now that I'm thinking about it, this divine timing card here coming through with the wheel of the year, Scorpio. Look, I'm going to give you some hard truths, and this is said with love because there are so many subscribers, that come through and people that come through and watch that leave me comments. So, and I read all of them. I do know that there are many of you going through health crises with your parents. That's a big deal right now for Scorpio. And with love, I say that these transitional times are fated, right? This is literally happening for a reason. There is a shift that needs to be made. Some people will see their parents moving into assisted living. Some people will see their parents going through a transition. And with love and respect, I say, understand that it is time, if that is what's happening in your world. Allow the flow of energy to take place and alchemize. And again, with respect and love, if that's you, know that the divine is with you throughout this process. Just seek comfort in that. I'm going to step away from that for a moment. They're taking me here to the 9 of Wands, and they're saying you are stronger than you know. You are already prepared. It is an ending. We have, at least an ending of the way things currently are, right? Everyone has a different situation ahead. But when we have the 9 coming through with repairing the veil and forgiveness, we've got the 9 of Wands here coming through, and we've got the 9 of Swords, right? There is a situation playing out. With respect, I'm going to put that to the side. Separate from that, whatever this other situation is that's playing out for most Scorpios. Interesting. One second. I have the 2 of Wands clarifying the 9 of Swords. This is loop mentality. There is something that is playing out in your life. Again, you feel like, why is this happening again? There is no way I'm going to let this play out again. That's what I'm hearing. Because look, when I'm looking at the 9 of Wands with the 2 of Wands, this person has a vision, right? They're moving forward, but it's that Gemini energy in the mind of I'm not really sure how or what I'm going to do. I've been down this road before. I don't want to repeat this path. I'm being called to go here. But in the past, it's been difficult. And the universe says that's true because in the past, you were dealing with energies and forces that were not working in your favor. Let me keep going. One moment, please. All right. What else do we have for Scorpio? Universe says, be patient, listen, and you will know when it is time to act. It will be asked of you. 8 of Cups. 8 of Cups for the second time coming through, saying pursue your passions, move forward, even if you're not 100% sure how that's going to play out. The universe is supporting this for you, right? There are players and strategies in place that you are unaware of. So follow the call. I'm feeling a very deep desire to explore spirituality, religion, philosophy, sharing that with others, enjoying like-minded community. Spirit says you can't walk in both worlds. There are things that you must eliminate and eradicate in order to enjoy that path. Well, this came up in my other readings as well. If you're a single Scorpio and looking for a relationship, a serious person does show up in the month of June, but only for those people who are really ready for a bond, a real deal, life-changing, that's interesting, life-changing coupling. For those of you in a relationship where there has been how should I say, you've been wanting to get married, you've been thinking about it, June brings about potentially an engagement, marriage, announcements of babies. So congratulations if that is you. And if you are not prepared for that, just take the precautions necessary not to place yourself, pondering that family that you didn't plan for, because that there's a lot of love and good vibes in the air. I'm picking that up. If you're not looking for a serious relationship, I would recommend against actively dating people without being super clear that you're not looking to be serious. And I keep hearing you will attract a stage 5 clinger, right? You remember how I'm saying I am free, comment that. You won't feel that if you are not seriously looking for a relationship, and it's coming your way. So maybe just take a little break or be super clear about what your intentions are as you meet others, because you don't want to rack up karma, I'm hearing. One moment. 8 of Cups, Queen of Wands, 2 of Cups, a lot of attention coming your way. One moment. And there's something here about recognition, being recognized. And I wouldn't even say, I'm hearing for the wisdom of how you handled something, for the way that you've handled something. There's a lot of energy here about Scorpio having to handle a difficult situation, mostly in silence, finally reaching out for assistance, handling matters on their own. A new vibe comes through. June brings you the right players to alleviate the stress of things so that you can move forward on the 8 of Cups. Clarifying information comes this week as well. Like, you really settle into an idea of like, yeah, this is more than possible. It's happening. Like, the writing's on the wall. It's so interesting. Yes, Scorpio. Oh, I'm so grateful for this energy because I'm a Scorpio too. My kid's a Scorpio, so I love these Scorpio readings. I mean, it's a Scorpio channel. So the 8 of Cups is coming through with the World card. Finally, completion, the cycle, the loop is over. You are free. You are free. Yes. And then we've got another 8 with the 8 of Pentacles, Queen of Wands. And then the 4 of Cups with the 2 of Cups. Scorpio, you've got to release this fear that you're going to repeat a cycle, because the universe is saying, no, it's going to be different this time. So with this 4 of Cups and the 2 of Cups, I saw a meme the other day where it was the 4 of Cups in the universe. It was just funny to me. There was a little caption that said, take the fucking cup already. Excuse the French, right? And why do we say excuse the French? Is it French? It's not. I digress. Gemini energy and ADD. 4 of Cups, 2 of Cups. Take the cup already. If you are prepared, if you've done the work, right? You've cleaned your mental and energetic environment. There's another player here coming your way. And like I said, marriage vibes are in the air for Scorpio if you're looking for that, for sure. An expansion of family. Whatever you get yourself into, this niche, this micro focus, it's going to pay off. Whatever you're studying, especially if you're picking up a tarot deck, if you're getting into occult studies, if you're getting into religious studies, spirituality, astrology, numerology, the list is endless. Whatever you are focusing on there is going to grow big legs, right? One step at a time. Do not rush the process. There's no wrong way to do this, as long as you are doing it because it's your will. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's true. I've been studying that. So listen, if you are meant to be on a particular path, roadblocks they dissipate. It's true. When you are on the right path, things just work out for you in your favor. The downloads are very clear. I would also suggest keeping a dream journal in June, because one of the main ways Spirit wants to communicate in Gemini season is through dreams, through downloads, depending on where you are in your practice. If you're clairs, right? If you're heightening your clairs, your senses, you may be even having auditory messages, right? You may be even hearing certain things. Write those things down, because we forget so easily in the hustle and bustle of life, right? If you get a download, write it down. A manifestation, even if you're not sure why you're getting it, write it down. Write down the date, take extra steps, figure out what the astrology is of that week, that day. You don't have to know right now what all these things mean. Let's get back here to the Eight of Cups and Eight of Pentacles. Where else were we? And Eight of Wands. So with this reading, I want to focus on the eights. We've got Eight of Wands, Eight of Pentacles, Eight of Cups, and the Eight of Cups came through twice. So let's look at that. Eight of Cups came through twice. If it is really your true will and you are meant to do it, the synchronicities pop up. All the things happen. It's time to take action this week. Time to focus on yourself, your studies, what it is that you want to accomplish, and how you want to bring in your funds. Travel is coming through as well. And new experiences are coming through for Scorpio. Some of you may need to travel up to 45 minutes to an hour to get in. This is very specific. To get a second opinion on a health matter, do it. One moment. New information comes through about a health matter. 1 second. I'm going to read on this very quickly. Tell me more about the health situation for Scorpio. Guys, comment below. I am free. I have said this before, that there will be a situation where a simple adjustment to your daily regimen changes the trajectory of your health. And I said recently, like for me, I recognized that I was taking my thyroid medicine all wrong. That switch, it certainly sent me down a different health situation. But the point is that adjustment made a difference, right? It was one layer of the onion that needed to be peeled back. So look out for that. Well, we've got number 20, Feast of Plenty, Choices and Their Consequences. When it comes to your health, you're going to learn that making like certain choices, health things that you're doing, something that you're ingesting isn't working out for you, and the consequence is sluggish. The consequence is, not making decisions clear. Maybe you are experiencing brain fog or, some sort of issue in your central column. That's how it's coming through. It's not coming through like the limbs. It's coming through like either mental health matters, cardiac, or even in the gut here. So I'm feeling like the middle pillar of your energy, we need to work that out, right? So start making intentional daily efforts to circulate light energy through your body. Ask for healing and ask for the right players to show up. When you do that, it will happen. You will be led to a practitioner that is further out, maybe someone new. Take that advice, follow through with that. There is an answer there you otherwise would not receive. Yes! I love that because I want a healthy community. Yes, because you know what? They always say it, the body is your temple. And when you are of a certain age, you don't want to hear that mess. And then when your temple starts, acting up, that's when we want maintenance to show up. So currently I'm seeking maintenance on the temple. All right, shadow work. So we had all the eights. Now we've got all the twos. This is master number 22. We also had master number 11 show up. Master number 22, the builder, right? And then we go to the emperor being here earlier. You see how it all ties together, right? The universe is working with us, Scorpio. This says sadness versus anger. I swear all of these cards here, and we always get this. We get this a lot. You've been in a cycle. You've been in a loop. It's the same message. Release it, right? Sadness is anger without enthusiasm. By the time you get to sad and you're not mad anymore, it's time to let it go. Seriously. When you're angry, you are fueled. It's over. You're going to burn down the house. Not a Scorpio. Don't get a Scorpio mad. But then when we recognize that, like, it's just ridiculous how mad we are, because we come to our senses. Then you go to that period of sadness, like, oh, why did I get myself involved, or blah, blah, blah. You got to let that go too. This shadow works as neither one of those are serving you when held long term. It's great to acknowledge that you're angry about something because that's a symptom of dis-ease in your life. Something is not right and you've got to pay attention. And then you can get sad about it. Oh yeah, sure. That's an accessible emotion that's there 24/7. You can get it whenever you want. But then how long does that serve you? Right? Because then you just attract more of that and like, ugh. So we have got the Temperance card that had come through earlier. There's an alchemy there, right? It's okay to feel these things. You have to know what's happening as a result of the imbalance in your central column. But let's bring that energy back in and let's heal that up. This week, you're going to be asked to do some tough things. That's the bottom line. You're going to have to let some things go that you have been holding on to. And sometimes that brings us an odd type of comfort because it's the devil we know. Not anymore. Now it's time to figure out what a little bit of work will get you. Meaning you want to release something toxic, you have the support. Big changes in your life happening in your family, there is support. Fated events, there is support, but you have to allow it to happen. And that's where we get stuck. I'm going to look for an empath card before I get into last week's winner, which, from last week's reading, which is this week's winner. I've got to find a better way to word all this. It just doesn't roll off the tongue right. And guys, don't forget to comment, I am energy. And I was checking my analytics. Do you know that 54% of you, 54%, come back every week to watch but have not subscribed yet? Stalkers. What is the issue? Let's be friends. Let me know who you are. Show yourself. Comment. Don't be out there all weird. All right, guys. 54%. I thought that was excessive. All right. But anyway, this reads, visualize a shield of protection. And I do this every day, right? Because I'm not the witch to mess with. No, honey, I am not. You have no idea the protection around me and my family. I digress. I suggest do this as well, Scorpio, because we are truth tellers. We are bone collectors. We are wise beyond our years. And there will be times, including right now, where you will have to share something that you know because it brings truth and justice to the surface. During this time of release and transition, it is imperative that you visualize a shield of protection around you, your home, your vehicle, your pets, everything and anything that you do. And then in addition to that, you can put your own words of magic around that shield of protection. And it could be anything from alchemizing the ick that comes your way into beautiful healing for yourself tenfold, right? Harm none, but don't allow yourself to be adjusted by someone else's negativity. You could send it back, right? You could just say it doesn't penetrate. It will go back to sender, right? There's a lot of things here, but I would say don't underestimate the power of energetic protection during this time, especially if you are stepping down a path where you'll be learning new occult things or just the new spirituality. When you shine brightly, you attract all kinds. This reads, to protect yourself from toxic people or situations, imagine a shield of white light surrounding your body. This keeps negativity out and lets positive energy in. This lets negativity out and allows positive energy in, right? You see how this person is protected. You see how they are shielded, but they can still see. Right. That's the goal there. Scorpio, thank you so much for your time, your energy, your likes, your shares, your subscribes. The winner of last week's mini reading is Renee Wolcott 20. Renee Wolcott 20. You are the winner, fair and square. Thank you so much, everyone, for being with me, through this time of just like building this channel. I am so grateful. Like, there are no words. We are a real community. We're like Cuban mafia strong. Honestly, I know you guys. You guys are my clients. You guys are my subscribers. You guys are the stalkers, that 54%. Doesn't matter. That energy shines through, and I'm so grateful beyond words. It's been life-changing, and I look forward to what we're going to build next. So remember that we are all stars from the sky with feet on the ground, doing the best we can with the information that we have. So be kind to yourselves and each other. And as always, Scorpio, may the magic that we weave and the words that we speak bring healing to all those who seek it. Thank you so much. Have a great week ahead and shine brightly. Renee, congratulations. All right, my love, let's see. I'm going to pull from the Rider-Waite deck because we didn't use her today. Instead, we used the Witch's Tarot, and we also used, I believe it was like a Light Seers or Modern Witch Tarot. They're all linked. All right, so anyone else who is hanging out, let's just take a deep breath in and let's reset the energy so we can get the highest and best message for Renee. What came out already? Page of Wands, curiosity, adventure, passion, seeking some fun, doing something different. Scorpio energy coming through. You are a power player in your life right now. You are not playing around. You're looking for something. I just saw justice. Let me make sure. Justice right here, Libra energy. More importantly, number 11 came up just a few moments ago. Freedom. You're looking for freedom. If you are involved in a court case, which so many of us are, or some type of legal proceeding, complaint, whatever, there's resolution in your favor. I see that because you're in the power position. If that does not apply, just things are coming into balance, right? There may be an uncomfortable truth that comes forward this week. That's all of us. Geez, what is this? Yeah, look, 9 of Wands. No, I saw that in my mind's eye. You're ready for it. You're ready for it. Nobody's getting over on you, sister. But you have been thinking, is this true? Has this been happening? Yeah, you're not playing around. Like, you are ready just in case. And I feel like you've been sitting on something. You have, girl. I see it. 6 of Swords, better days ahead. But you have been sitting on something, toying with should I or shouldn't I? And whatever's been living rent free in your head, success comes. Better days ahead. And I feel like the clarity as well, because you see, look, let me try to get this up here. You see how in this card over here, we have choppy waters to start with, but then not so much over here. Moving past a cycle, moving past a loop. There also could be a pattern in your life of unhealthy relationshiping and codependency. Clarity has come over the years about that. As you attract a new crew within your life, moving like in the next, like now, it's going to look a lot different. And it's going to be a lot better. But you can't be so guarded because of what has happened already. I have to go back to, if you were in a legal situation or are where it comes with money or anything like that, again, clarity. I've got the King of Pentacles with the King of Swords. And again, if that's not the case, I would say you could be as well attracting solutions for what you're building. A business partner could come into play, but there's new players coming into your life, new characters. You might even be hiring people to assist you, because King of Swords can sometimes show up as a professional person that can assist you, somebody who knows what it is that you need to do to build the thing. And the King of Pentacles says, yeah, whatever you're building is going to work. But let me see what, well, every time I question myself. And then the Wheel of Fortune shows up, which was so prevalent during this reading. Fated events happening. If you're looking to sell property as well, hire a real estate agent. I don't know why there's a energy here. Oh, shit. Are you getting married? I don't know, Renee. Now I have questions because the Hierophant shows up with the Ace of Pentacles and the Two of Cups. Child, I don't know what you're into here. So I'm going to let you have to comment below. But with the, again, either this is a divorce situation or a marriage. It's hard to tell because there's a lot of cards here. And basically, this is you're in the power position. You could be starting a spiritual business. Interesting. There's just so much coming through with this Ace of Pentacles, the Hierophant, Wheel of Fortune, and the Two of Cups with the Six of Wands still, or the Six of Swords, better days ahead, and the Sun card. Well, look, whatever this is really good ultimately. I see a lot of changes. You feel life pumping back into your veins. I'm getting that picture of like being resuscitated. And I'm also seeing like delegation and letting people like do the things. A lot more freedom. This is the picture of freedom. You are literally calling in new players at the same time, getting rid of and I just see you just fluffing it off. I just saw the Eight of Wands again. Let me see what's back here. Oh, yeah. Look at this. We've got the Three of Pentacles with the Two of Pentacles. Community, getting other people involved, putting aces in their places, and working with others as well. Whoever's coming into your life is definitely supposed to be there. And this is a time to take action on any matters that have been dragging you down. This is literally a lot of the reading that we just did. So I do want to pull one card from here as a word of advice. What is a theme that Renee needs to focus on for the next, let's say, 3 to 6 weeks? What is the theme? What's her biggest word of advice? Thank you. This says release, Renee, release. I mean, the entire reading, right? Scorpio energy, release. Look at that. Because release allows for renewal, for freedom. There are 3 fairies here on this card that are all kind of grouped together. And then there's one fairy over here. It's hard to see, but there's one fairy over here and there's like all these little other fairies here. And it's just like one's doing their own thing. That's okay. It's a freedom. And it's support from the universe. And it's growth. You know, I mentioned this in my last reading. I'm reading so much right now, but there is a book by Dion Fortune called The Mystical Kabbalah. And in it, there's a quote that reads, you know, what is God? Who is God? And the response is God is pressure. Think about that. God is pressure. When it's uncomfortable, that is your highest self. That is a version of you out there making it uncomfortable so that you can say, hey, what is this? What is this symptom? What is this? What is this? And it's getting your attention. It's got to go. It doesn't belong. It's uncomfortable. Pay attention to your dreams. Pay attention to your downloads. Write things down. And know that whatever happens next, it's being led, it's timed, and it is for you, Renee. I am so grateful for all of the comments you've left on my channel, and I wish you all the very best. Shine brightly.